would win in a fight between Luffy and Saitama? Who is stronger than whom? This question has been asked millions of times before, but it seems that we will never get an answer because it is impossible for these two characters to fight each other because they do not live in the same world. In today's episode, we are going to determine once and for all who is more powerful, the strongest man in One Piece or the strongest man in OPM. Welcome back, everyone. Today we are diving into the world of anime and manga, where we'll be comparing two incredibly powerful characters, Monkey D, Luffy from One Piece, and Saitama from One Punch Man. Both these characters have their own unique strengths and abilities. But if they were to face off in a battle, who would come out on top? It's a tough question, but we're going to do our best to answer it. So, let's get started. Before we dive into the details of this epic showdown, let's take a moment to appreciate the incredible journeys of both Luffy and Saitama. Monkey D. Luffy, the rubber human from One Piece, is known for his unwavering determination and his ability to stretch his body like rubber. His strength should not be underestimated, and he has taken down some truly formidable opponents throughout his adventures. Saitama, on the other hand, is the seemingly ordinary yet overpowered protagonist of One Punch Man. With a simple bald head, serious expression, and unimpressive appearance, Saitama possesses extraordinary strength, defeating any enemy with just one punch. As we compare these two powerhouse characters, it's important to remember that they exist in different fictional universes with different power levels and rules. While it's fun to imagine them fighting each other, ultimately they are both incredibly powerful in their own right. Now let's get back to the battle. If we put aside Saitama's gag character nature for a moment, then he would surely be exhausted after punching a guy who can stretch his body like rubber multiple times. The main reason is that Luffy has far more experience than Saitama. Although Saitama has fought against many enemies, most of them were monsters. As a hero, he mostly faced individual enemies, whereas Luffy has fought against entire crews at a time. He has also experienced fighting against enemies with special abilities similar to his own, such as when he fought against Eneru. Moreover, Luffy has also fought against enemies with the help of his crewmates, learning valuable lessons about teamwork and strategy along the way. On the other hand, Saitama mostly fights alone, relying solely on his own strength. Luffy's experience fighting alongside his crewmates gives him a tactical advantage over Saitama. If they were to fight, Luffy could use his knowledge of teamwork and strategy to outmaneuver Saitama, possibly exploiting weaknesses or using surprise attacks. Overall, while Saitama's individual strength is impressive, Luffy's experience fighting as a team could prove to be a deciding factor in a battle between the two. Saitama is undoubtedly the strongest anime character we have ever seen, as he has defeated enemies with just one punch, which is something no other character has ever done. In fact, Saitama is so strong that he can defeat any foe with a single punch. In the anime world, there are very few characters who can boast of having such incredible power. Even when facing opponents who put up a good fight, Saitama still manages to defeat them easily, often without even breaking a sweat. In a fight between Luffy and Saitama, it would be interesting to see how Luffy would react to such overwhelming power. Would he be intimidated, or would he rise to the challenge and try to outsmart Saitama? Only time would tell. One thing is for sure, though, Saitama's strength should not be underestimated. When it comes to sheer physical power, Saitama is arguably the strongest character in the anime world. He has demonstrated an incredible ability to destroy entire planets with ease. In fact, during his fight with Boros, Saitama managed to destroy the alien spaceship by simply punching it. This feat alone showcases the immense destructive capabilities of the One Punch Man protagonist. It is safe to say that if Saitama were to throw all of his strength behind a punch aimed at Luffy, the Rubber Man would be in serious trouble. Even if Luffy's rubber body is able to withstand Saitama's initial attacks, it is unlikely that it would be able to endure the full force of the hero's power. Therefore, when it comes to raw physical strength, Saitama definitely has the upper hand in a fight against Luffy. Although Saitama is primarily known for his incredible strength, it would be a mistake to overlook his other important traits, especially his unrelenting determination. Unlike some of his fellow heroes, Saitama does not rely on luck or external factors to win a fight. Instead, he relies on his own strength and willpower to achieve victory. And boy, does it work well for him! Throughout the series, we have seen Saitama take on incredibly powerful and seemingly unbeatable opponents, yet he never gives up. No matter how dire the situation may seem, Saitama always finds a way to push through and come out on top. This kind of determination is admirable, and it's certainly something that Luffy would respect. If the two were to ever fight, it would be an intense battle of wills and strength. And while Saitama may have the upper hand in terms of power, Luffy's determination and fighting spirit would make him a formidable opponent. Ultimately, it would come down to who could push through the pain and exhaustion first, and that is what makes the hypothetical fight between these two characters so exciting to think about. Saitama's gag character nature is one of the main reasons why he is so powerful. In the world of anime, there are many characters who have undergone rigorous training and have honed their skills over years of hard work and dedication. However, Saitama is not one of them. Despite being incredibly powerful, he is considered a gag character, which means that he is often the center of comedic situations, and his actions can be unpredictable and defy logic. This aspect of his personality makes him a bit of an outlier in the anime world, and it is this very quality that makes him so fascinating. So, what exactly is a gag character, and how does it contribute to Saitama's overall power level? A gag character is a type of character that is primarily used for comedic effect, and their actions often break the norms of the story's reality. These characters are usually eccentric, and their behavior can be bizarre and unexpected. Saitama's gag character nature allows him to operate outside the bounds of conventional storytelling, which means that he is not bound by the same rules as other characters in the anime world. For example, he does not need to train or hone his skills because he is already incredibly powerful. He also does not need to worry about the consequences of his actions, because the story will always find a way to make things work out in his favor. This freedom from the constraints of traditional storytelling allows Saitama to be incredibly powerful and also makes him a bit of a wild card. Because it is impossible to predict what he will do next, this unpredictability makes him a formidable opponent, because his enemies can never be sure what he is capable of. It is impossible to argue that Luffy is not strong enough to go toe-to-toe with Saitama. However, he is definitely weaker than the hero from One Punch Man. Under normal conditions, none of Luffy's skills and abilities can harm Saitama. He is someone who can defeat any foe with a single punch. He is a force to be reckoned with, and anyone who stands in his way is likely to be obliterated. Meanwhile, Luffy has shown incredible growth throughout the series and has proven himself to be a formidable fighter in his own right. He possesses the power to stretch his body and is known for his determination and resilience. However, despite his strength, it is difficult to imagine how Luffy could possibly defeat Saitama. The hero from One Punch Man is simply too powerful and has an uncanny ability to destroy any opponent with ease. It would take an incredibly powerful attack to take down Saitama, and it is highly unlikely that Luffy possesses such strength. Therefore, it is safe to say that under normal circumstances, Luffy would not be able to defeat Saitama. Any attempt to do so would likely result in a swift and decisive defeat. However, as mentioned earlier, the outcome of a fight between these two characters is ultimately up to the writer. After all, anything is possible in fiction, and there are no hard and fast rules when it comes to determining the outcome of a battle between two fictional characters. While it's fun to speculate and debate the outcome of such a fight, it's important to remember that both Luffy and Saitama are incredibly powerful and skilled fighters in their own right. They have each overcome incredible odds and defeated formidable opponents throughout their respective stories. Ultimately, it's up to the individual viewer to decide who they think would win in a fight. Well, that's it for today's episode. We hope you enjoyed our comparison of Luffy and Saitama. Let us know in the comments below who you think would win in a fight. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel so you never miss out on any of our future videos. Until next time, stay tuned and keep watching.